Hi everyone that is watching the Ben Live. My name is Gift Nakainga and I warmly welcome you to this very channel. Thank you so much for making it a point to always come and be a part of our prominent viewers every single time. I welcome you. Make it a point to share, subscribe, call as many as your friends as you can to be in position to watch these amazing episodes or interviews that we usually have on the Ben Live. And well, today it's so amazing. I don't know what time you're watching this episode or this interview, whatever time. I know it's amazing and God is good, yeah. And then today on the Ben Live, we do have the most amazing woman in Uganda. Yeah, apparently she's been telling me that everyone is on her neck for an interview. Well, she's just amazing. She's lovely. Yeah, she's exciting, and she's none other than Angella Katatumba. Yeah, Katatumba. She'll tell me how to pronounce properly that name, Katatumba. Yes, and Katatumba, she's known to be a Ugandan singer, a diplomat, she's a businesswoman, and well, she's a lawyer. And besides that, she's a believer. All the interviews I've watched about her, she emphasizes God. Yeah, there was one I watched and she was like, "Oh, me, I tithe, like I give tithe," and I was like, "Wow." She's a good one. So she's a believer. And without taking more of your time, I would want to request her to just greet us in her voice and tell us more about her in her own words. Angela, I welcome you.
Wow, hi dear.
How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks
You're
for inviting me on the show.
Welcome.
I'm so excited to be here.
Wow, so to our viewers, they would want to hear from you. Who's Angella Franklin Katatumba?
Franklin, very few people know that name.
Really?
Yeah, thanks for doing your research, Munage. Angella Franklin K. Hongani Katatumba.
K. Hongan?
Yes, that's my Runyankole name.
Oh.
My parents, His Excellency Professor Boni Katatumba, who passed away, may he rest in peace. Gertrude Katatumba, my mom, she's the proprietor of AFK Beauty Clinic in Kabalagala. I have 7 brothers. Unfortunately, one passed, Colleen. I have an older sister. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia. I was born in Nairobi, then did primary in Uganda. Then my twin and I and my other elder brothers went to Canada for high school. And then we went to Oxford in England for university, where I did my law degree, economics degree, and master's degree in international management. Then I did, I met an African American when I was singing, because my parents always wanted me to be a singer, to develop my music.
Since childhood?
Since childhood, they
Where did
noticed
you
that I
start
love singing.
from?
Just when I was a kid, playing around with the boys were beating me up. And they would hear me say, before you beat me up, can I just watch my Whitney Houston on Top of the Pops and then you can finish me? So they would be like, oh my God, this girl loves music, So that's when from there, they made sure that at the Katatumba Academy, I joined the choir, and they made sure in Canada, my parents paid $40 an hour every single day after school
For
me to go for vocal training.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then in the UK, it's actually the dean of the university who referred me to a club called Punanas on Cornmarket Street in Oxford. And they're like, oh my God, we have an amazing singer here, because every time we did contests, I won every single one.
You used to be contesting even back then?
Always, when we did singing contests, whatever, I always, hands down, it was now not even a public secret. It was not a public secret, it was public knowledge. Is Angela in it?
Or
it's
not?
a rap, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so that was throughout, in Canada, in the UK.
Which year was that in Canada?
In Canada, can I remember? Well,
back then,
can't remember. But it was because we went there for high school, so clearly I was still a kid. So every time I'd win the contest, every time I'd sing, I'd win. So the dean of the university is one who referred me to Club Punanas, and I started performing. So that's when my first boyfriend in life, Munange, some African American, gorgeous, 6'4", Munange, broad shoulders, everything. I couldn't
Broad
believe it.
shoulders, 60 feet,
6'4".
6 foot.
Yeah, he was tall.
Wow, he was tall.
And then he was like, "Oh my God, I love your voice. I love the way you sing." They used to pay me £300 a night to sing every Wednesday at Ponana's. And he'd come and just watch me.
So he started making money even back
Yes,
then.
in real jokes, because I was doing that like when I was doing my master's. So like like a side job. You know what I'm saying, yeah? So yeah, so he asked me out and then we dated for 6 months. Then he asked me to marry him. I was still in my teens. I was excited. I said, no problem, my first boyfriend. So anyway, my story is very interesting.
Okay, to cut it short, did you get married to him?
Yeah, we got married and then we moved to Chicago. And we lived there because he was from the US.
Wow, that is Angela for you. She has a very amazing it's not like history, but it's
Story.
a story. It's a story. It's not even history because it's still part of our life. It's a story. It's very amazing, and trust me, we shall keep having her here to tell us those stories and episodes. Today, having her on this channel for this particular interview, we really want to connect with her. We really want to learn from her. You know, for I believe every person, there is something you can learn from them. So I'll start by asking Angella Katatumba that what does it take to achieve so much as a girl? For you, like it's like your journey was smooth a bit with the help of the parents, but to a girl that is watching you right about now and maybe they do not have that support from the parents, what does it take for them?
Um, for a girl, my parents brought me up to be hardworking, and it was for me a blessing to grow up with boys, because boys encourage you to do things that boys do. It kind of like it makes you cross the barrier of girls. We just do this, makeup, chill, wait to be taken care of. So it kind of brought out the hustler in me. It brought out the assertiveness in me. It brought out the hardworkingness in me. Because my parents would be like, "What you are doing, the boys are do what the boys are doing." This business of I'm a girl, no. My mom
It
was like,
wasn't there.
if the boys are going for that meeting, wait for Angela. She's coming. So that training from early, and then they also for the girls, the way I was trained was to be hardworking, to be fearless. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean if you
A
said
lot of
to
women
be
fear
fearless?
to hustle, to go and look for money the way guys do. A lot of women, for example, if you go to court, there are like a few of us in court, especially these commercial court cases. You'll find very few women there, mainly men. You know what I'm saying, eh? And of course, it's when you're dealing with court, it's million-dollar court cases and hundreds of millions, eh? But why is it mainly the men? You know, it's good to see. We have more magistrates. We have that are women. We have more judges who are women. It's so nice to see more of them coming up, but the majority are men. Then even us in attendance, you'll find that it's usually the husband of the family or the boys. It's very rare to see the guy.
A woman or a girl coming through
Yeah.
for
So
attending.
this is how my parents trained me to do that, and I do it easily and comfortably because I wasn't taught to fear them. You know, so girls, for me, I just thank my parents because they guided me and made me realize that in life you need money. You know what I'm saying? Money isn't everything, but everything needs money.
Okay, so like they guided you towards that particular direction of being hardworking and
Yeah.
also being money-minded, yeah, having
Yeah.
that mindset of making money.
Yeah, and being independent.
Being independent.
A lot of girls in Africa are raised to be dependent.
Okay.
A lot are raised to
A
be
certain
there.
percentage.
Yeah, but the bigger percentage. The biggest percentage are raised. That's why you have most of these girls saying, "Oh, we're waiting for a man to marry us." You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a rich man to take care of me.
Yeah.
You have the majority of parents teaching girls to go cook, you know, be domesticated, you know, be a good girl so a man can come and take care of you. So that a lot of them are being taught this dependency,
So it
which I was lucky enough not to have been taught to depend. I was taught to be a breadwinner, also look for the money.
Since your childhood, you've been looking for money. You've been hardworking since childhood.
No, since childhood, I'm lucky enough that my parents were wealthy.
Well off, yeah.
Honestly, we thank my mom and my dad because they gave us everything. So there's no business I've started. I wouldn't claim I wouldn't claim anything. You know what I'm saying? But they just taught me to, for example, like my dad with my brothers taught us to, in the event of my papa's passing, which happened, he trained us and put us in place to run the properties efficiently, to make money, to handle the court cases, so that when he passed, it was heartbreaking, yes, but at least he already trained us.
So sorry about that.
Thank you, sweetheart. May he rest in peace. So it wasn't like, oh my God, what do we do now? What's happening? And the girls are like, oh my God, now who's going to marry me? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to take care of me? So much as they gave us everything and they sent us around the world and took us to the best schools in the world, they also trained us to take care of their properties so that there is some continuancy of the legacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've mentioned that when you go to court, you would only notice that a few ladies come through. Usually men come through more than ladies. And well, if we take a picture of what the educational system is like in Uganda, the education sector, it's like women are meant for particular courses or for particular things.
Why?
I'm asking, so what do you have to
You
think
see what I'm
of that?
saying? That takes me back to the majority of women in Africa are still being trained to be dependents, are still being trained to be like, no, 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 you can't handle this. The guys can handle this. And that is what I thank my parents for, because they didn't bring that separation in the house. They said, you're all our children, we love you the same, we all want you to take care of the properties, we want you all to be educated. Otherwise, they would have said only the boys should go to Harvard and Oxford, Angela stay around and learn vocational domestication. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. And I thank God for that. So all that starts from the parents, it starts from home. Or from our parents guiding the girls to be as assertive as the boys, be as hardworking as the boys.
So you believe
And
here
to
in
take
Uganda?
those courses. Which course is masculine, which one isn't? That's news to me, actually.
I don't know, of course,
Which one?
because you can be in class and then they tell you for biology, it's for a girl to do biology, to do chemistry, to do this particular maybe course, going in for law, it's maybe
That is
men.
news to me. That is news to me.
Well,
and
this
thank
is the
God-
society in Uganda, but there is a person out there, a girl that is grown up in such a society,
Yeah.
and then they are thinking, I'm just meant to get married.
You see?
Maybe after my first course, just go and get married,
That's
then
crazy.
be taken care of. So what do you have to tell such a girl that is grown in such a setting with a mindset of after your first degree, go in for marriage?
I would say as women, we have to value ourselves more. As girls, make sure you educate yourself as much or even more than the boys. Because they say when you educate a girl, you've educated a nation. You know what I'm saying? So girls are so powerful because you're going to reproduce and you're going to, pass that education on to your kids. You're very, very important and very powerful. So there's no reason why women or girls should take a back seat. That's taking a back seat in life. You know what I'm saying? So I would encourage those girls to push themselves harder, challenge themselves more, and just avoid being dependents. Avoid planning your whole life to be taken care of by a man, because as you can see, the majority of marriages around the world, not just Uganda, don't work out. Talk about me. I'm divorced. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them just end up in that. They just disappear in that. Oh, she was the wife of this one. She did. Things didn't work out, and then they left
just
the home, and then
happened,
she
yeah.
became nothing because the parents didn't educate her, because they knew she was a girl going to be married off. So as a girl, try to make sure you have backup. Yes, it's wonderful to be married. It's wonderful to have a love of your life, but it's also planning, because unfortunately life happens. None of us expected to be divorced, but always plan, pray for the best, but plan for the worst. So girls should, yes, if you're lucky to find a rich man who loves you and is there for you forever and ever and will treat you like a queen forever, that's what we all want, amen. But in the event you can't
It
find
fails,
that,
yeah.
work, hustle, make your own money. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah.
Work, hustle, make your own money. If you're watching the Ben Live, we do have Angela Katatumba, and she's apparently the current managing director and CEO of Katatumba Properties. Well, like I told you earlier, that we're here to learn, yeah? I know some of you would be expecting different stories, but she's here to educate us about particular things, and maybe you might not take the whole sum of it, but pick a leaf, one or two. I know it will speak to your soul. So get a notebook or get onto your phone and note down a few things from what she is speaking. You've heard her say that she went and did she did her degree, then did her masters, and well, I would love to ask her that. Being that you learned, okay, yes, you are really learned, yes, and if you go through your profile, oh, the person who you are a musician, you are a singer. So after getting onto that level in education, why then choose to do music?
I like the fact that my parents, much as they encouraged me to develop my voice and paid a lot of money to develop my vocals, they also made sure that I was educated to the maximum. The whole thing of why don't you do everything and you see where you land in life, and then when you have options you can choose to say, okay, I want to do this. Yes, I have these degrees, but I wouldn't want to be a lawyer. It's too much paperwork. It's to me that's too stressful. You know what I'm saying? And I would be excellent at it, you know, but I just don't think that that would be a fun life for me. And my mom always said, why don't you choose the happy choices in life? People say, oh my God, Angela, you're so happy, because I choose the happy choices. And I was like, you know what, I'd love to do music. And that's me. I'm a diva. I want long hair today. I want gold hair today. I want red tomorrow. I just want to look good. My mom has the AFK Beauty Clinic and she's all about makeup and fashion. So I also love that. But I also have the degrees that I can fall back on to if I choose to. Yeah. So my choice, the happier choice for me was to do music, which I'm an excellent singer and I have the passion for, and that's my number one love. So I'm lucky that I have the options to either choose music or the law.
The profession.
You get what I'm saying, yeah? So I chose the happy option and I am loving it and I'm enjoying it. But the law and the economics, all that helps me in running my papa's businesses and typing up the contracts with tenants, with following up on the lawyers, making sure in case of anything. So all that helps. It all helps.
So that you didn't just put your papers aside, but you still practice what you learned.
Yeah.
Because we've seen many people out there, just like music was a hobby to you and then a talent that was even sponsored to develop.
Yeah.
But we see people out there that when they have a particular talent, maybe they can sing. After he or she realizing it, maybe after senior 6, she's busy like, I can't go to the university, let me just switch into music directly. What do you have to tell such a person who's thinking, my talent is just enough, I don't need to go to school for me to earn money because I can earn from this talent?
You need both. Education is extremely important because knowledge is power, Knowledge is power, so you can't say that it's okay for me not to know, let me just sing. As a musician, we are going to have interviews where, like this one, where you have to smartly articulate yourself. You're not going to go on TV and start talking mogos. Yeah, I didn't study. You know what I'm saying? It would help. It would help if you had used your education, have an educational background. You can present yourself in a proper way. You can encourage the youth. People listen to you when you know how to articulate yourself instead of laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? So it helps. Much as you're a musician, you can also help to develop yourself. So like my mom says, even my dad used to say, it doesn't cost you anything to have a talent plus also the knowledge and some education. The more the better.
That's amazing. Angela herself has a lot of inspirations, but well, her parents stand out to be a bigger inspiration to her. But I would love to ask her about other sources of the inspirations. Which other things do really inspire you in life besides your parents? Like your parents did a lot of work to inspire you into who you are.
Yeah.
But which other things really inspire you?
Other people that inspire me, Whitney Houston, obviously, musically. Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton, and Mariah Carey. Those ones vocally, I'm in awe of them forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Oprah Winfrey, she struggled so hard, came out of so much adversity, but and with so much racism in the US and so many, things that are against her. But it chose a woman that had so much resolve and determination, and she beat the odds and became one of the biggest, richest women in in the US and in the world, you know. So those are women that inspire me. Someone who makes it on top against all odds. Those are great women. And yeah, to me, those are my greatest inspirations. And of course, my Jesus. I love my Jesus. That one
Okay.
is, that's in me. That's my blood.
What about the inspirations here in Uganda?
It's not a bit. It's almost unfair for me to talk about inspirations from Uganda because I am more inspired and I'm more westernized from a childhood. So the people that I looked up to, the people I followed, the people I understood were from the Western culture. So when I came to Uganda, just in being the moves, I'm there, we are struggling. Hello, but I respect my fellow artists because you have to respect somebody who's in the same hustle as you. But for inspiration, for someone who talks and you're like, oh my God, rewind, rewind. Yeah. Someone sings and you're like, rewind, I have to hit that note. Definitely the greats that I've just talked about.
The Westerners in Uganda.
But because so it doesn't mean that these are less than, but that's what I know. The Western is what I know. It is what I learned. It is what I trained my voice according to Whitney, to Tony. Everything they did. When Oprah speaks, I'm like, wow, look at the confidence. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, talking still about the inspirations, what do you have to tell someone that is watching out there who's like, I don't need anyone to inspire me. I can maybe inspire myself. What do you have to tell them?
We should clap for them, Munange, if you're lucky to inspire yourself. That's very interesting. But I think
because there are people who don't look up to anyone.
Oh, good for them because maybe they were born perfect and they can inspire themselves. They don't need to learn from anyone. Good for you. But the majority of people are inspired by somebody who was there. And it's also respect and understanding that in life, for example, Whitney Houston, the slavery, the racism that those people went through to survive all those odds and make it to become the greatest singers in the world, Oprah Winfrey, they went through hell and they were inspired by Maya Angelou. Oprah Winfrey was inspired by Maya Angelou because the people that were before you are the ones that paved the way. So you have to always give homage to that and always appreciate people who paved the way because you were not just born on your own. Things didn't happen that day you were born. You know what I'm saying? So whether you admit it or not, you have to accept the fact that so many people went through hell to pave that way for you. So unless other people just want to maybe be cool and sound, but the fact is there are people out there that made things happen for you to think that you can inspire yourself.
So I would love to ask you something that, do you do music as a hobby or as a business?
I've always done music definitely as a hobby.
As a hobby?
Yeah, before it was 100% as a hobby because I would shoot one video and release one video every 3-4 years. But since 2020, I got a new manager called Tony Ocean. And he said, Angela, you have an amazing voice. I want to manage you and let's try to do it professionally. Let's try to do it
not
commercially.
As a hobby, yeah.
Let's try to get some money from it. So he introduced me to Black Market Records. And Black Market Records, they have the knowledge of how to get money from music online. You know what I'm saying? It's not that this business of, but my song is playing every day in Chidandali and I'm a star. You're a star in Chidandali, but you're not getting any money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you work with a team, especially an exposed team like Black Market Records, who've worked with the greats in the US, the Snoop Dogs, the Who's, people that, there's so many artists that signed with them. I didn't sign with them, I partnered with them. I have a distribution and partnership and publishing contract with them, but they really helped me. They've organized my music. Now I'm getting some money online.
Wow.
So I would love, and now because of them, I'm putting much more effort. For example, in 2021, I've released like 10 videos in 1 year.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. Tony Davida, Love Me, Only Jesus, Jump In, This Boy Recently. Oh my God.
You're forgetting that.
They're there. Let me remember. This is going to kill me. Anyway, on my YouTube channel, they're there. You'll see the most. You just go to my YouTube channel. You see Angela's latest videos 2020, 2021. They are 10.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? So when you work with a team and they guide you, things become so much easier, things flow, and at least there's some organization and some income coming in from it.
So do you think it's important to have a management in the music industry?
Definitely. and
It's
good
important.
management.
A
Not
good
just
management.
management, but
How do you
good
tell
management.
about management?
Somebody who's not going to just say, give me millions and then I manage you and they don't do anything, which is what they've done for me in this country for years. Hustlers. We have so many hustlers out here who pretend to be managers, but they are busy hoodwinking people, taking advantage of people. You know, they took advantage of me for so many years and made me spend millions and millions and millions. So a good manager is one who says, you know what, let me push you. Let's focus on this, do this song. It's, oh yeah, another video, yeah. But I'll keep thinking as we go. That's 7.
Mama, yeah, yes. We shall get to know about that. We shall get to know about that video.
You know, so you get so many, so a manager who says, I'm going to take this percentage, let me bring in this kind of income, and he pushes you. Ocean is amazing for me. He makes sure I have pictures, he makes sure I have a presence on social media, he keeps reminding me, he sets me up in studio, Angela, we need songs, we need songs, we need songs. So it's such a big change, and it's always better to work with a team than alone, and that's how you know you have the right manager, because he's not hustling you. And when money comes in, you agree on your percentages and you share it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, 2021 and 2020 and 2021, she's released more than 5, yeah, like 10 videos, and well, she's released those videos and at the same time she's into business. Now I'm asking, how has she even been able to juggle business, the businesses for the dad, and even her business, the music, this side? How have you been able to juggle here and there?
My biggest inspirations worldwide, my heroes, have always been my parents. My parents taught us to be extremely organized. You see, when you're organized, life becomes so easy. Life becomes so simple. Things become doable. So I do my things according to priority and organized. So of course the priorities where the money is always going to be the businesses. Now we have the court cases. My dad, before he passed, he won the biggest court case in his life against Shumuk. Shumuk was ordered to pay my dad $14 million, which keeps going up, 24% per annum every year.
Wow.
He was ordered to the titles of Hotel Diplomat, Katatumba Suites, and Banda, the Katatumba Island, to put all those titles back in Katatumba's names. But he appealed. So he appealed, so we're waiting on that. So those are $1 million court cases, and we're expecting so much money. So of course that's my priority, way before music. You know what I'm saying? So when you're organized and you prioritize and you understand what's more important to you, things become easy. So when I'm done with court cases and I've finished my court dates, even with interviews, you realize that a lot of interviews have been switched because I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't this court. I'm sorry, I can't this court. This week, you know, like that, because that's my priority. And then my leisure time, where the money from the businesses is what I put into music. So music for me is more leisure. And the others are business. But the prayer is that when we finish the court cases, God willing, in our favor, we win the appeal, then I can relax. Of course, we'll be getting back our building, Katatumba Suites in town. That's an income generating property, big time. And then I'll have the income to be putting into music, and then I can do more videos and I can have more time for music. So it's just a balance. So right now, music takes about 15% of my time.
85 is into business.
85 is into business. So yeah, so just prioritize and be organized. Things become simple. And having a goal, our parents taught us to have goals from childhood. You know?
And maybe you tell us how to set those goals.
You set
Because
a
some
goal.
of us, we don't know how to start setting goals.
It's all about the training. They say, okay, Angela, what do you love? For example, always set them around what you love, what makes you happy. I love music. I love making money from the businesses, and I love the court cases because it's going to be a big payday, God willing, very soon. So that's money. So if you love that, what are the goals? The goals are to finish the court cases, God willing, in our favor. So I have a lot of friends of mine from the UK, from Canada, from the US. Like, Angela, when are you coming through for like a month? And I'm like, yo, I can't leave. I'm literally on ground, court cases, a date can come up, and I have to be available. So that's my priority and that's my goal, to finish them and win, you know. So I make time for that because it's my priority. That's where $1 million are coming from that. So I can't say, oh my God, I'm in Japan today. Make sure I don't lose the court. You know what I'm saying? You have to be on ground for these things. So you set a goal. What do you want? How high is it? Stick to it, commit to it, and let everything be around it. For example, like music comes around that goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a big goal and it's a sensible goal. It's not a flimsy goal. But unfortunately, a lot of girls here will set a goal on marriage. I'm going to get married. Let me be married by the age of this, and I stay in the house. That's a simple goal, you know. Okay, if
Okay.
it makes you happy, good for you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever your goals are, focus everything around that. So of course, maybe, you know, depending on who you marry, then whatever, just
Set your goals
set your
around that.
goal, focus on it, and they also say the energy, when you bring energy around something and you
It
focus on it,
eventually comes through.
exactly, it comes through because your prayers are going there, your whole mindset is on it, you're planning around it, nothing blocks it, nothing. The only thing that blocked the court cases was COVID, where cases were closed. I'm like, courts were closed. I'm like, okay. I didn't know there was something that could block court cases. You know what I'm saying? So that is how to be focused. And we learned that focus from our parents from childhood. When you're a kid, they're like, you want to get the red is there. You're going on yellow, you're going on green, hello, the red is there. Focus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can teach the children and we can teach ourselves to focus.
Teach
Our
the
fantastic
children
boy
and
has
teach
come. Oh my God,
yourself.
he's so husband, and he's so. Oh my God, he's going to marry me. Oh my God, he's so handsome. Let me leave the court cases. Let me go with him, and we go and live in the village forever. Hey, Nyabu, what are you doing? The goal. Remember the goal.
Goals here Kufubi, right? Not going in for marriage. Well,
We'll
we're
marry
still
after we do the goal.
Oh, that's amazing. You're still watching the Ben Live, and we are with the beautiful Angella Franklin Katatumba, Tuliko Diplomat Hotel. And it's a very good place, just like you can see the background. It's very amazing. I've been asking Angela, can someone have a party here, weddings and all that? Please, you can. Just come through and have a blast. It's
Thank
amazing.
you.
So we're still talking about Angella Katatumba. I told you it's a lot that we can learn from her. She's very, very intelligent, very amazing. Actually, she's
Oh, thank
more
you.
professional that I even never imagined, but she's so much professional. But well, we want to get to, like, she's into music, and well, I would want to ask her. She says she gives 15% of her time to music. So that 15%, okay, it's kind of little time. But well, do you have any projects you're working up on apparently in music?
Yeah, there is a new one that I'm in studio with Daddy Andre called Nze Wendi. It's going to be another collaboration that he's written. Then there's my album. I'm working on that. Actually, there's a lot. Musically, there is a lot.
There is a lot,
Yeah.
so we should
And
expect
I
such
know I
program.
will achieve it because
Such projects come
because
through.
of, yeah, because of my manager Ocean. He's a go-getter and he's very aggressive. So I love that because we are both aggressive. So he will say, Angela, the goal this week, we need to pick the goal this week because he's talking my language. You have to set goals. So I'm definitely going to do so much this year.
You were a go-getter?
Without a doubt. Yeah, if I focus on that and I'm like, you are joking.
Eh, you have to have it.
Without a doubt. And that's why I thank God for the growing up with the boys because it's usually boys that are go-getters, that are very focused. Eh?
It's as if there is a way you tuned your mind towards that. But well, there is this other side of Angella Katatumba that everyone would wish to get to know. Sometimes she's so much into the Western culture, but apparently the fact that we are in Uganda, we're going to keep referring her to this particular tradition here. You know, when you grow up here in Uganda, everyone is expecting, when is she getting married? Yeah, when is Angela getting married? When is Gift getting married? When is so and so getting married? Like, it's the end game, as if, okay, it's kind of
Actually, with the here, it's the end game. It is you've achieved.
yes, it's the end game. So
I'm glad you've left. We need to work hard, oh.
by the way, Angela would want to substitute it with working.
Money.
She wants to substitute marriage with money. But anyway, I would want to ask her something that usually they tell us that women who are women who are learned, yeah? Women who are highly educated, it's hard for them to get married. What do you have to say about that?
I agree with that. And why is it harder for them? Because they know their worth. They're
Oh.
exposed. They're educated. You know, not like most of these people who are not as educated or not as learned, who are like, oh, why begin, it's okay, kangume forever and ever and ever. But a woman who's educated is going to be like, hey, I have my degree, I have my things here. What am I dying here for? You know, so it's easier for them to move on It's not a do or die. If this relationship doesn't work, nobody has to die here. I can go some. You know what I'm saying, eh? And then also they plan for their future. They don't just depend and
Let me
wait.
ask you something. Do you mean that they don't have any kind of commitment? Because usually if you commit to something, there is
It's not
some
committing
patience
forever and
attached.
ever. That Guma business, the Sengars tell us, there should be a limit. You know what I'm saying? No, let me tell you. You've asked a question that a lot of educated land women, their marriages don't work. Eh?
It's hard for them to get married. And even those that have gotten married,
They don't
there are
last.
challenges.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing because the women have a voice now. The women have options now. The women have choices now. It's not like you've done me a favor, I don't have a degree, I don't have anything here, where will I go Kangume for life? No. Those who have ages and ages, 100 years ago, women now, it's a .com era now. If the relationship doesn't work, as much as we've worked so hard, as much as we've tried, nobody has to die here. Chitegera, kankuvire, cause I have my money. Let's not kill each other here. You know what I'm saying? Eh? Why must we go into the domestic violence route? You know what I'm saying? So that is the reason why a lot of people try to say it as though it's a bad thing. But I think it's a good thing that women now see that themselves, the educated and the learned, know that they are valued and they are not settling
For less.
for less. That's the answer. So it's a good thing.
Angela mentioned
Honestly,
that
why
not-
should you stay in an unhappy relationship forever and ever and ever? Why?
So commitment aside, patience aside, for better, for
I tell you,
worse.
it's also being
aside.
patient for what? What are we being patient for here? For you to now
For things to work
my,
out.
My ex-husband was extremely violent. I was the breadwinner in the family. And I didn't mind it. He was also earning some money, but nowhere near as much as I was. And I didn't mind it because I'm a go-getter, I'm a hustler, I work. And I didn't mind it. I'm like, as long as we love each other. But he started becoming insecure because men also don't want a woman who's more educated, who's above them, who's, it becomes a source of insecurity for them. So we started arguing a lot. He would break the table, break things in the whole house, punch tables. Mnanga, you wanted me to be patient till those punches start landing on my face. I come to Uganda with no teeth, half a face, because you told me to be patient. Patient till when? You know? So the difference is with these educated and learned women, they're like, there's a level of patience. The way I see matters here, the next step is death. Kankuvide. You know what I'm saying? Or the way I see matters here, it's a dead end. You know, now women can tell easier because they have choices. They don't. It's not a do or die forever and ever and ever.
So back then it was like so because we were not exposed and there were not many choices
There
and
were not many choices for
opportunities
women.
out
Remember,
there.
long time ago, women couldn't even vote. We were like animals here, the way you see a dog here. You know what I'm saying? Women couldn't vote. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? So women, we've worked so hard to be where we are. And of course, some men, a lot of men are not happy with that. Because they want you to be there to take care of them and don't have too much knowledge now. Just be, who's going to marry you with all that knowledge? They put you down, you know, and you don't blame them because it's in their favor when you are down because you're going to now cook for them and clean for them and do it all for them. So women are now
And
becoming
if we go into the
developmental.
society, the tradition here in Uganda, it's expected of you as a woman to care for the husband, to cook for them, to prepare for them, to...
That's where we differ. And say for me, because even abroad, I'll not lie to you. My parents didn't raise me to cook. They didn't raise me to be the house help.
So they never told you all those things that
They
a
told
woman
me,
has
and
to...
I know how to cook for emergency situations. Like abroad, I could, double here and there. You know what I'm saying? Emergency situations, but not to be a cook to please a man, to cook for. No, they taught me to hustle, go, make money. When you get money, you hire maids who do all the domestic chores. Your job is to be out there, make money like the men. Go and hustle, make money.
So, but here in Uganda, I would tell you as a woman, your job is to
I
care
hear
for
them
the
every
family.
day, Tevan never. And that's why you can see me still single.
Okay, Angela, tell us something. You've mentioned about the insecurities. We keep complaining about the insecurities. You'll be like, this particular type of men, they can be a bit very insecure. So tell us about the insecurities that you've surfaced amongst men.
My marriage, it was sad because I was ready to do everything and I didn't mind it. But there's that thing of I'm a man. How can she make more money than me? You know, even if you do what and be as low and as sweet, it still bothers them. So I faced that insecurity, and then it turned into violence. And that's when I'm
The
like,
violence was
bye.
out of the insecurity.
Of course, because you're now uneasy. Every time we argue, and we don't even have to argue violently, just me saying, no, I don't think that's right. You know, who you talking to, Angie? Ah, my dear. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I just said I don't agree with you. The table is flying. The chair has already flown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I faced it in the worst way. You know, so, and that's another reason why women are not settling anymore, because they know their worth. And that's why I'm so excited these days to see more women doing great things. Women are now vice presidents, women are now presidents, women are now judges, magistrates. You know, women are doing things for themselves, and you'd be surprised. A marriage can even flourish better when everybody's carrying their own weight. You see, men also they get fed up. I give you, 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 till when? You know, it gets boring.
Yeah.
Toira vira matale rotata. Toira vira ne sugar. You know, na atale tuino kusasira abana bagenda ku school. You know, every day. You know what I'm saying? Then no wonder he starts going to the bar before going home, because that's where there is some peace, less demands. You know, so even they burden themselves by encouraging women to be
To stay
independent.
home, yeah.
So it doesn't even help them. But when you have a lady who's also independent, she's bringing in something once in a while, you're stuck financially, and you have a lady who's like, oh honey, you're stuck this month, here is 20 million. You get what I'm saying, eh?
It's amazing.
You would want such so it's better for men to encourage women, even men, encourage your daughters to be of value, not to be worthless. Let me be here and depend on you, sir.
Okay.
We'll frustrate each other paka last.
I would ask you still
What is
this
that?
one. Are you planning to get married in the, I wouldn't say in the nearby future, but in your mind, does this come to your mind that, oh well, I think I can even get married?
I would love to. I would love to.
So if yes, which kind of man? It's a hard question.
I would love to get married again, because it will be my second marriage, my friend. You are talking about what, your first, eh? My dear, married before.
Second marriage.
Married in my teens, but it was still a marriage. I was in my teens, but it was still a marriage. I would love to, you know, but the man I would look for now, I'd try to make sure it's somebody who's developed, who's making money. Because I tried the other route of it's okay, I can be the breadwinner as long as we love each other. That doesn't work.
So you've tried getting into a marriage with someone who doesn't have enough.
Yeah, we're thinking love and the handsomeness and everybody is just in love can work. But love, at the end of the day, is temporary. It fades and the demands become the reality. You know what I'm saying, eh? So now we have to look past love and look for somebody who can work with me, who can understand me. Not a man who's going to say, yes, Angela, yes, we get it, you have your dad's properties, but me say something, man, my dear, you'll come to Guru, in my music, because I'm the man.
Traditionally in Uganda, omusajja bwakwasa
I leave
kutwala
my things because
gy'abeera.
you're the man. Yeah,
Yes.
but you see, there's where this common sense, it comes in. So I leave all my things because you're Musajja. I leave all my things that my dad entrusted with me and my brothers.
And go and follow your man.
Does that make sense? You see, so that's why I'm saying my next man has to be somebody who understands and is ready to work with me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who also has developments even more than me. Who can say, okay, maybe let's have a house in between. You know, you take care of your businesses here, I take care of mine. You know, it has to be a win-win.
balance.
Even my father wouldn't be happy to hear that. Munanga, she got married and abandoned your properties and went to her man's house in Kitabi or Kitebi. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about when you have a culture or a country that's more exposed, everything goes up. You know what I'm saying? So abroad, you'd hear less of that because I'm the man, leave everything. There they try to see how they can work with each other, how they respect each other's professions. You know what I'm saying? There's a bit of a debate. But right now in Africa, the majority is like, no, I'm the man, I don't want you even if you have heaven. You come to my place there. What is that? Like, what is that? Does that even make sense?
So ideally you're telling the couples out there or people that are planning to get into marriages to sit down and figure out things on table. And
before you even sit down, understand who you're dating. Understand who you're introducing into your life. Is it a person who can work with you? Can you agree? Is he of the same value at least or even more? Is he going to bring you down? Is he going to lift you up? Is he going to respect what you have or is he going to undermine it? You know, is he going to diminish it because he's a man with a muzigo somewhere? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
eh?
I do.
So you have to think about all these things as ladies and always look for a man who's going to build you up.
look out for a man
Yeah.
as you look out for a lady who's going to build you
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Because even men these days want women of value. These days, men want women of value, women who have. Ochitegera, that business of broke is out. Nobody wants that story.
Broke.
Broke is out these days.
But usually they usually tell us it's never been good to emphasize money as a woman as your first priority. Like a guy will be like, this baby's money minded, let me run away.
And that's where we go wrong. Because even abroad, they'll teach you that these days, couples need to understand each other's finances first. Talk about money. You know what I'm saying? These days, all the therapists and everywhere, they're starting to say in relationships, talk about finances,
money.
talk about money. So you all agree where it's a deal breaker or it's not. You have to be money-minded because money isn't everything, but everything needs money. So you can't lie to yourself that let's not talk about money, let's first talk about love. Love? Till tomorrow when we need bread. You know what I'm saying? So you have to talk about finances. You have to make it clear that, my friend, money runs this household, money runs these court cases, money runs my life. So if you're not talking
money relates
everything we're doing is money. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people want to pretend that money, don't talk about money. It's what are you talking about? Money is not everything, which is true, because life is the most important. But everything needs money. Tell me one thing that doesn't need money.
Nothing.
Thank you. So that's the most important subject in any relationship before you even start sitting to talk about how we're going to love and look into each other's eyes. Which take, or first do your research on the guy or something if you can't be embarrassed to talk about it. But
Angela, let me ask you just a quick one. There is someone out there and maybe they do not earn as much as you earn, but they are so much interested in you. And they are eager and so passionate of carrying your dream.
That would be amazing, because it's not that he's much lower. He can take care of himself also financially. He's ready to push me forward in my dreams. He's not going to frustrate me that, you know what, let's move here. I would love something like that. I would love that. He doesn't have to be so rich, but he also has to have something. He has to be able to sustain himself.
Something to present on
sustain
table.
me also to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And at least also to see a man who has dreams and who's hardworking. You know, also you can't undermine a hardworking man, because he might have nothing today, but you can see this man has potential. This is a go-getter. This is a money maker. So I would also bank on such a person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And women, you can tell if he's always pushing you. For example, if somebody says, okay, we're in love, some phone calls can come and say, Angela, there's a deal of 10 million, or let's go to the island and sit and look at each other. The man who says, let's go to the island because we love each other, to hell with the money. Run away from that one. But you want someone, much as he doesn't have it, he's like, are you kidding me? Go for the money first. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and
I would love such a
trip.
man. Yeah, then later we can go to the island, and when we've got the money, go and look at each other's eyes. Wait for the next phone call.
What do you have to tell young ladies that are looking out for men that have already made it in life? Like, for example, someone is dreaming, even when I have nothing, I would love someone that has these kinds of properties.
Women who want to be dependents. But the whole show I've talked about how women should not be dependents, because much as you'll have such a man, he won't value you. One, two, you're what do they call it? You're disposable.
Oh,
you're not so important.
You are a liability.
You're going in as worthless. You have no value. So then tomorrow, then you will see the Angelas with value. Then they dump you. Then you start crying and saying you're going to kill everybody plus yourself. You know what I'm saying? So the whole topic today has been to women to not be dependent. Yeah, if you're lucky enough and you get a rich man, that's your luck, you know. But don't depend on it, and also like jump on him and make him feel like this one vanange. Be of value to that rich man also.
Angela, is it ever been there in your life where you've been in position to take up things that come freely?
By men?
Yeah.
Every day. Are you kidding me? That's part of the hustle. I'm also looking for money. What are you talking about? I hustle on my own, and when also men give me money and give me free things, that's a bonus. What's wrong with that? But that's what the girls should do. Not only depend on the free things. Have your money, but when the free things come, receive them.
Receive them. What
but
if
also
they
in the
have
event they
strings?
go, but in the event they go, You have your money.
Receive them, but what if they have strings attached?
I've had that. I had some guys who were trying to give me cars, trying to buy my love, to say, let's give you, we are going to give you V8s. We are going to give you V8s on condition you marry us. I cannot.
You can't. Hey, you were the one supposed to marry.
They were giving me their cars on condition
You marry.
I marry them. You see, but that's not okay for me, because I don't know who you are. Who am I marrying just because of a V8? But I worked hard, and my family, yes, because of my family, I managed to get I have those cars. So when women, you work hard and have your own money, such offers don't take you. It has to be something really, really big and something worth it to take me. You get it, eh? But when you're worthless and you want to be independent and wait for free things, those things will take you, then you'll end up crying for us.
I think I've heard that well and very loud and clear. Well, you're still watching the Ben Live, and we are at Diplomat Hotel, yeah? I think she's the beautiful lady behind all this amazing environment and atmosphere. I told you earlier, if you do have a party, the place is just amazing. I can tell you for sure, it's just amazing. So come through with your weddings, with your birthdays, bridal showers, with cash. But with money, yeah, come and do the bookings. Angela will tell us more about the place. But while we're still here and with amazing Angella Katatumba, she's an amazing woman, just like you've heard from her. And during her interview, she's mentioned about the different projects she's working on, especially in music, and she's mentioned a particular a few of her songs that she is apparently working on, and one of them is Only Jesus.
Nze Wendy, that's the one that's coming up soon.
There is the other one of Jesus.
Only Jesus.
Only
I
Jesus.
shot the video in Nairobi, in Mombasa. Yeah, that's one of my biggest songs. I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
I feel like someone is giving me a karma. Can she do a cappella? Yes, she can.
Only Jesus I will follow. I will follow wherever you go. Jesus I will follow. Only Jesus I will follow. I will follow wherever you go. Jesus I will follow.
Only Jesus I can follow.
And I love my
will
Jesus,
follow.
by the way,
You
in
love
all
your
my
Jesus.
hustles. I pray for God to guide me, to direct me, you know, to talk through me.
You're such a prayerful woman.
Yeah.
How often?
Are you kidding me?
No, because
every
people
second I'm praying.
Oh yeah, because people
Every
be like,
moment
may I
I'm
pray in the
praying.
morning, I pray in the afternoon, I pray in the evening.
Just
So
every
I'm
moment
asking
is
how
a prayerful
often.
moment for me. And I pray, I say, thank God, who am I to be blessed with so much? Who am I to have such an amazing family and to grow up so well? So every moment for me is a prayerful moment and a thankful moment. And even in my struggles in these court cases, I'm always praying for strength, because it's not easy,
Yeah.
you know. So every moment for me is a prayerful moment.
It's a prayerful moment. What inspired you to do that song, Only Jesus?
Only Jesus, I was working on my album, and I was with Big Nash and Carl Famous. He was the writer. And we're doing all these songs, and I said, but guys, I need Jesus in this. I need Jesus. They're like, hey, I'm like, I must do something, because the fact that I'm even in music, that's a miracle. I thank God for the fact that I've got some time even to work on an album. And I just take the time to always thank God. So I had to do Only Jesus, especially in this musical journey, especially with my music doing so well lately. All those are grateful moments and blessings. So I had to do Only Jesus to thank God and to encourage people to love God.
Oh, that's amazing. I was listening to some interview, and then you mentioned about how you tithe.
Yeah.
Most of them. How do you do that?
10%. For example, if I get a deal or I get some money, 10%. I give to the, either to do Mulago Yafe. I have an NGO, the Angella Katatumba Development Foundation. My father and I gave 25 million to Mulago, for the Mulago Yafe, to buy 15 beds. You'll see them engraved, Angella Katatumba at Mulago, the syringe pump for the kids, the premature kids, you know, a phototherapy machine. So we put all that money there, but part of it from my side was my tithe and my dad's tithe also. So my parents taught me to tithe and give back to God, because it's the same God you're asking for miracles and blessings.
Why do you think it's very important to someone that is out there and they do not tithe?
I think it's extremely important. Why? Because for me, my parents said, you're lucky to be blessed. You've been blessed. You've never struggled in your life. You have everything. Your job, your duty is to bless others. And how do you bless others? By blessing God, by thanking God, by doing God's work, to use God to bless them. So my tithe, I would usually either take it to the hospitals directly, or to Gulu when I was doing the For You Gulu work, or to church. You know what I'm saying? But I like to take it to people and take them to take the money directly. It's, for me, it's more satisfying. It's direct to, the people that are struggling, and I can just automatically feel 100 times more blessed just by doing that. So it's important to bless others, because God blesses you 10 times more.
It's very, very important to bless other people, just like God blesses you, and you still watching the Ben Live. And just like I'll keep telling you every now and then that subscribing is very, very, very important. So if you're watching this and you've never subscribed, please make it a point to subscribe, and also hit the notification bell such that every time we upload a new episode, you'll be able to watch it there and then. So please and please subscribe, and if you happen to be new here, please welcome. This is just about to become your home, because we do have amazing things. We do have amazing people speak to us, just like Angella Katatumba. And well, we can't stay here forever. We have to let her go, and I would want to request her to just speak to a girl child out there who is looking up to her. We started earlier when I was asking her about some of the people, the individuals, the personalities that really inspire her in her life. And I know out there is someone that every time they watch Angella, they're like, wow, I admire Angella. So what do you have to tell such a person?
I would tell to the girl child, or the girls, my fellow ladies, to hustle, to not be dependent on anyone. Don't be dependent on your parents. Don't be dependent. I mean, if you're grown, don't be dependent on your husband. Be of value. Be someone of value. And by becoming of value, you go out, you hustle, you make money. You know what I'm saying? When you make money, money equals respect, equals power, it equals value. So right now, it's only a lot of the men that are the only ones making money, so they are the only ones deserving respect. But girls, get that respect too. Don't fear to work hard. Don't fear to hustle. Be proud of your hustle. You know what I'm saying? If you have men that are giving you free things, amen. But let that also come on top of your hustle. Be independent. I recently released a new video called This Boy, featuring Pastor Yiga, the late. And I would want you to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, guys. My YouTube channel is Angella Katatumba. Go listen to all my audios and see all my videos. See the latest video, This Boy, that's doing amazingly well. And just support me. And I want to thank you so much for that support, those who have always supported me. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. And let's just, be there for each other and work hard, girls, Amen.
Amen. Well, I know you're about to really wind up.
Bandange. And as you're working hard, ladies, don't forget Jesus.
Amen.
Oh my God, how could I? Always pray, be patient, be prayerful. Because sometimes you can hustle so hard, for example, in music, and it's not your time. And you've done it all and you get frustrated. Some turn to drugs, some turn to alcohol, some turn to depression. You know what I'm saying? Avoid turning to all those problems, but by turning to God. Turn to God for patience, for guidance. So my motto is do the best, do your best, and let God do the rest. So in everything you do, every moment you take, every breath you take, always thank God, thank Jesus, and love Him, and love God.
Okay, thank you so much, Angela. It's going to be what I'm about to ask her. It's going to be my last.
Hey,
you thought we were winding up?
Hey.
No, we're just going to wind up. During our interview, she's been mentioning that she's working on a song with Dad Andre, and it's called
Nzewendi.
Nzewendi. But well, we've heard, how media can be a lot of rumors and media that it was over between you. So how come you onto the same project with Daddy Andre?
He surprised us. He surprised my manager, called him, and also called the CEO of Black Market Records, Cedric Singleton, and he said, "Look, I've written another duet for myself and Angela. Ask her if she wants to sing." And they asked me, and I'm like, "That's amazing." I was like, "Yes," because he's the #1 producer. He's already proven his track record because he's written me the biggest song of my life, Tone Davida. And I truly believe this song is going to be much, much bigger and much better. So yeah, so that's how that worked. And it's professional and it's business.
Professional and business, nothing
Strictly,
else.
strictly business.
Like
I'm dating
nothing.
someone else movie.
No feelings, no nothing, like
Nada,
nothing.
nada. Business strictly.
But well, Angela, you're a believer, and then the Bible tells us to forgive, and there are always second chances, just like God is always giving us those
But I already
second
forgave
chances.
him, and actually I'm surprised because it also showed me, because him to want to work with me, literally we've forgiven each other, and we've seen that what's most important is each other's talents, because I admire his talent and he admires my talent. So sometimes you put all the pettiness aside and you're like, you know what, we make great music together. Let's make more
More.
excellent music and make money while we're doing it. So that's a sign that we've both forgiven each other, and we're both keeping it professional and keeping it business.
So just in any case, if happens to come for a second chance, it's not happening.
I'm dating someone right now.
No, I mean,
No.
if he,
Leave me alone.
no, Angela, if he comes and then it's like, you know what? Let's put all the
Cause I'm
past
in my
behind us.
Please leave me alone.
No one is listening. You can just
Between
talk to
us.
me. Yeah, it's between us. Even the camera people are not watching.
Bunage, it's strictly 100% business. There's no feelings. There's nothing.
No, not
I'm
about the
dating
song.
someone. But I'm dating someone.
No, I
And
mean
have
just
been
in
for some
case if
time.
it comes,
Let the
omuntu oba
man be.
amwagalako no.
For now, no.
For now, no, but later
for
it
now,
can
no.
happen.
Miracles happen, you never know. But for now, no.
Okay, Katumusabire, Daddy Andre. So we're going to be winding up this very episode. I would go to Angela to, just as we wind up, yeah, your industry has so much in it, a lot of pressure. You've been you've been appealing to most of them to trust God, depend on God, to avoid misusing drugs, to avoid doing things that do not please God. So what do you think they can do to keep in their lane? Like, okay, yes, you can tell someone to trust God, but they feel like, where is he? Like,
Patience.
sometimes
Just
you can
be
feel like.
patient.
So what do you have to tell them, those people that are really aspiring to come into the industry, they want to do music, but then they feel like the pressure is too much, being a celebrity is a lot of work, I have to do this, do that. What do you have to tell them?
I would tell them, first of all, to follow their heart. If you truly feel that you love to sing and it's your passion, then follow your passion. Because there's nothing as beautiful as making money from your passion. Because that means you enjoy it, it's not a job. But the music industry, there's a lot of pressure to be perfect, to look good. So a lot of girls end up doing crazy things, But I would like to appeal to them, just like my mother always told me, don't just do your best. You don't need to do too much to please who? Even with music, my parents encouraged me to run the properties, to focus on business, so that you balance it. Your whole heart and soul is not just on business, on music. So you can also, go do business, do something else, then once in a while do music. Juggle them both. But when you put so much focus on something and you don't have a hit every year, the pressure is a lot. So if you don't learn how to balance it with something else, like do your best and be like, okay, kale kambere ngankola sente zange wano this side. It helps get your mind off things. Go to God, pray to God, and understand that things happen in their own time. You may be the best, you may have the best song now, but it's not your time. You know what I'm saying? It just isn't your time. So that's where God comes in. That's where prayer comes in, for faith, for patience. Patience is the most important. And most importantly, don't do shortcuts. Don't do shortcuts. So a lot of people like to do shortcuts to get to the top, sleep with A, B, C, D, and E, F, G to get to the top. a lot of those shortcuts make you crash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have a lot of girls who are sick and are not happy and are regretting. Others are out of depression, have left the industry, and not just Uganda, worldwide. I'm talking about worldwide. The
Worldwide.
music industry is the music industry. And you have so many people under so much pressure, and these girls don't know how to handle themselves. And because they are so desperate, they want to be Angela the day before yesterday. They want to be rich the day before yesterday. And that's the rushing that I'm talking about. When you rush, you crash.
Yeah.
So take things easy, do your part, make smart choices. You know what I'm saying? Avoid, even in the Bible, avoid those shortcuts. Always go the long route, the prayerful route, do your part, and let God do the rest.
She is a good pastor and a preacher. Well,
Amen.
make smart choices. Everyone that is watching the Ben Live, everyone that is part of this amazing channel, make smart choices in your life, whether you're a musician, whether you are into whatever profession, whatsoever career you are pursuing. Make it a point to always make smart choices. And I would want to encourage you, be a learner. Yeah, be a learner. Life has a lot to offer, but then it educates on a daily.
Yep.
Yeah, it educates on a daily. Every single person you see, you can always learn something from them. So be a learner. Always want to learn every single day of your life. However, kanga toina koize. At least read about something, think about something, plan a project. But do something. Want to learn something all the time. Well, it's amazing. I would want Angela to just say goodbye to our viewers and also tell us about this hotel.
Thank you so much for being wonderful, for talking about Hotel Diplomat. It was our home, actually. My dad built Hotel Diplomat as my mom's matrimonial home, their matrimonial home. So it was actually our home first. And then that was in the 70s, way before we were born. And then in 1980, he expanded it to become Hotel Diplomat. It was actually the first hotel in Uganda. So my dad's got so much luck from this hotel. He made so much money from this hotel. And I pray that that same luck comes to me. So I would love to thank you so much for coming to interview me today. I don't take it for granted. It's been such an honor talking to you. Who am I to give people advice? This is just me hustling in this world and trying to make the best out of it. So thank you so much for the encouragement. Like I said to the staff, to all my fellow viewers and my supporters, go to my YouTube channel, listen to this boy, subscribe to my Angella Katatumba YouTube channel, and wait for more and more videos and music, and enjoy this boy featuring Pastor Yiga.
Thank you so much, Angela.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you for being an intelligent woman.
Thank you.
So
thanks for thinking I'm intelligent.
she's amazing, but well, time has never been enough. But thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the Ben Live. Please, and please make it a point to subscribe on to Ben Live. Please subscribe on YouTube, and we have a page on Facebook, which is Ben Live on Facebook. So go there on our Facebook page and like the page. You can also share with your other friends. If you go onto YouTube, hit the notification bell to be able to receive the notifications if you happen to upload anything onto the channel. Just stay locked onto the Ben Live. It's just your home, yeah? It's your home where we're going to learn together, grow together, and live this world as a better place. So I remain Giftina Kayinga. Till next time, see you.